Hey all, Hibber here. So today I'm taking out my Agile Radar Minotaur again because lately I think it's the only ship I can sort of control the battles in, or at least the best one for it at the moment, because we have so many people taking out the Iwami at the moment, and Minotaur chunks them really well in the superstructure, so that's one thing. And then the second thing is that there's no better ship for removing destroyers than Minotaur, and once you remove the destroyers, usually those Iwamis that are, a little bit hesitant to join the fray, they actually start doing stuff. So that's why I play Minotaur a lot at the moment, because if there's a campaign with battleships, lots of new battleship players are out there, and battleships, you have to treat them like little princesses. You have to wipe the floor before they tread on it and stuff like that. And there's no better ship for doing that than Minotaur, in my opinion. And for example, this battle here, I have a Yamato over on my side here, and he's very, very reluctant to do anything. The same with the Stalingrad, he's starting to kite away, meaning that this is not looking too well on this flank here. So we need to grab the cap, very important, and luckily no one is actually contesting this cap here, because had they been doing that, it would be even more difficult. This is one of my favorite maps, and actually this spawn here is also one of my favorite spawns, because this is where you can make a huge difference. If you can quickly, eliminate everyone over on this side of the map here, and get around this island here to my right, especially if you're a battleship, then you can create the best, crossfires that you can possibly get in this game here, because as you can see, there is no cover on the other side of this island here. It's all open water, and everyone's going nose in towards the caps. So if you can quickly, make short work of the red team over here, allow a battleship to get around this island here, and then crossfire the red battleships, that's, usually a win. But of course, it requires the battleships to cooperate. And as long as there's a Minotaur around this corner here, my battleship is never going to be able to, cut across this corner, even if he wanted to, and I don't think he actually wants to. The Stalingrad is, I don't know, he's totally out of the picture here. I don't know why he's running away. He would be able to easily citadel this Minotaur here out of the world if he positioned a little bit better. And now he's telling me, hey, there's a Minotaur there, why don't you kill it? Well, okay, I will, but not because of you, but because I need this battleship here not to go the way he's going now. I want him to go around where I am now, and we need to get rid of this Minotaur. There's no, two ways about it. If that battleship doesn't get into the fight soon, we're going to lose. So this is what I mean about, paving the way for battleships. And yeah, we take a little bit of damage here, but we have super heals. It doesn't matter at all. And Dad here in his Alaska, I already knew from seeing him firing earlier that he's shooting HE. So he's not a problem at all, not even a threat. So we're just gonna remove him very quickly. And honestly, I don't know why the Stalingrad hasn't removed him for a long time ago. Or the Yamato. I can know why the Yamato, because he's in a really bad position behind the island. He's not able to shoot at anything. And honestly, this Alaska here is just asking for it. He's been broadside for pretty much the whole game. Even in the beginning, he went out broadside in front of everyone, and none of the two guys I spawned with over here managed to do anything. So yes, we have now secured this flank here. The others have run away, and I'm just going to show my disappointment in this battleship here. And this battleship here and the Stalingrad, they actually end up with decent XP, and I do not understand why. Please watch the battle, and then if you understand how they did that, let me know. But to me, it's like these guys might as well have thrown the battle. So now that we have, spread rose petals over the road over here for the battleship, and, giving him some honey and perhaps a little drink before he started, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm ready to do something now. And I said, okay, excellent. And, one plus is he's actually going the right way. He's not suddenly doing something silly. So that means, excellent, I'm going to go over here and start working on the B cap while he's getting into position or whatever it is he's doing there. Now, my team at the other spawns are doing pretty well. They've removed 2 ships. I've removed another 2 ships, meaning that the red team is down to about half strength. We've lost 2. That's okay. We can live with that. And if we can keep this phalanx rolling here, then everything's going to be great. So I'm going to keep pushing the B cap here, because we do not want anyone to take this cap here. We're doing so well, so let's try to keep it that way. Just the Kurfürst firing there. Just gotta avoid that. Yoink. And as you can see, like, we take a lot of damage here, but that's, you know, that's par for the course. If you want your battleships to enter the battle, like, you will have to, in most cases, tank for them. Yep, too bad. That's just the way it is. There's no real way around it. So the Yamato, I believe that was the Yamato getting a good hit on the Kurfürst then. But that's the only thing I've seen in this game here, and that does not justify the XP he gets at the end. But again, like I said, just like help me figure out what goes on here, because the Goliath is the one that gets the kill, and yeah, I still don't get it. So there's only 2 ships left in a minute, and my, you know, very nefarious plan here about, you know, paving the way for the Yamato over here on my flank, it's kind of wasted, because there we go, only 2 ships left, and you know, there's not much they can do. We are 10 times ahead on them on points. But what we want this Iwami here to do now is have to make a choice. Like, do you want to have the Minotaur farm you from, you know, far away on your broadside, or do you want to show broadside to the Yamato that I've set up? And I don't know if that's HE shells there. It kind of looks like HE shells, but we'll let it slide for now. But you can see the Iwami, he is starting to panic, so he has to choose. And it seems like he's choosing to go bow in towards me. And that means that right now the Yamato has a perfect opportunity to, you know, execute on that crossfire that I talked about in the beginning. And there's nothing happening. Again, and the Stalingrad is in an awful position. He's not even able to shoot at anything. At least I don't think so. So I don't know what's going on here. But I'm just going to cap and then shoot at the Iwami, and then hopefully something will happen at some point. And usually when your team isn't shooting, that's the worst sign ever. Especially if you start the battle and there's like a broadside battleship spotted and no one shoots at it. That's like a terrible sign, an awful sign, and you know you're in for a very, very horrible battle then. And again, I'm not sure, is that HE or not? I can't tell. But the only one able to fire HE from over there is the Yamato. And yeah. Anyway, the less said the better. So we're down to, well, the enemy team is down to 35 points now. So they've lost. Very, very simple. And there's a destroyer over at sea. And we just have to do this annoying Austin Powers turn here, because obviously I want to get over to sea and yoink that destroyer before anyone else gets over there. But again, we're going to have to do a little Austin Powers here. Really annoying, because I just want to get over there and yoink him, because I have 2 radars left. And he's in the cap. He's just asking for it. But unfortunately, I'm just too slow. So I kind of thought this game would be a loss, actually, because the Stalingrad moving away like that in the beginning, and the battleship not really taking any initiative over on my flank, I thought I was going to be overrun in the cap. And that happens. And when that happens, you usually die. So yeah, well, it didn't happen, and probably quite lucky, actually, because at one point I believe there was 4 ships defending the A cap, but for some reason, you know, 2 of them left, and there was an AT firing Alaska left, and then we dealt with the Minotaur. So a bit of luck, I guess, there, but we've certainly turned this around. Very surprising, actually, and the red team is like down for the count, absolutely, and we might actually be so lucky that we'll pick up another solo cap here. As you can tell, I've taken all the caps in the game, and obviously this last one here is not going to be a problem, because we have like a 10%, 25% hit point Shima here, and I have a radar ready. He's outside my radar range right now, so that's why I don't use it. And the Stalingrad already got him pegged, and he's running for the corner, so there's really no point, you know, running after him. I just popped the sonar on in case he fired torps into the cap. It's unlikely, but you know, you never know. But again, I have the Yami here and the Stalingrad that spawned with me, and you know, I haven't seen them do much. And I think they both end up at around 2000 XP, which, you know, it's pretty decent. I mean, it means that you've done, you know, your job in the battle. But to be honest, I don't think they have. I haven't seen anything constructive out of them, really. I mean, I took the cap. I sent all the ships packing over there. They just been sailing from A to C, and now they're, you know, tunnel visioning on this destroyer here, which there's no point in killing. Like, just let him go, who cares? But anyway, I think, okay, well, they're gonna set after the destroyer. So if I was that destroyer, I would not go to the corner. I would try to get around this island here and get in, and perhaps even try to grab this cap here back. That's why I'm going this way here. So I'm thinking, oh, I might be lucky, and the destroyer is right here over on the other side, and I can make him my 4th kill. So that's kind of my plan. But then the Stalingrad, you know, points out, so I'm guessing he has the indicator on his build. So I'm thinking, okay, well, there's probably nothing over here, but we're just gonna go anyway, because there's no way I can make it out there anyway. There's no point. And also, should they both eat Shimakaze torps, then at least we have 2 ships back here to actually win the battle. I mean, that's not unheard of, you know, battleships and cruisers chasing Shimas to the edge of the map, and then it's getting absolutely torped on the way out there. And to be honest, that's what I'm thinking is going to happen here. So I'm just going to sit back and wait for the time to run out. There's no point pushing the Shima here. If he comes back, absolutely sure, he'll get radared and, you know, wasted. But as it is, just hang back and let us win this battle here. Why take that extra risk? So like I said in the beginning, if you're having a hard time with all the potato Iwamis out there, I recommend you run a radar cruiser. I'm running the radar Minotaur, Agile radar Minotaur, because that's the one I prefer. And then remove the destroyers right off the bat if you can, because it tends to embolden the battleships to actually, you know, do useful stuff and not just sit somewhere and, you know, be very, very scared. It usually works, and it's the right time to do it now with all those Iwamis out there, and most of them are pretty horrible. So, you know, anything you can do to help will certainly raise your win rate at the moment, I can assure you of that. So that's pretty much the end of the battle here, and as you can see, like, I'm running Tenant on this Minotaur here, and there's a lot of battles where I end up with about 15,000 hit points left in the end, which is pretty much what I am saved due to his base trait of, you know, 10% reduction in citadel damage. So that's why I'm not changing to Hot Rod, and I don't think I ever will. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the battle. See you out there.